You're listening to the Employee to Entrepreneur podcast with your host, Bill Clanton.
Hey everyone, this is Bill Clanton, and this is the Employee to Entrepreneur podcast. And if you're watching this on video, you can see that I'm not in my normal studio. You can see that I'm in my video studio booth, actually getting ready to film a book review video for one of my clients. And I wanted to just, I'm here in the studio, I had a few minutes to kill, and I wanted to talk to you about being prepared for those moments when things don't go exactly as you planned. Because you may plan and put hours of work into getting something ready, and then everything falls apart at the very last minute. And I wanted to talk about the fact that you have to remain flexible. You know what, it's never fun when somebody disrespects your time, and I can understand that. I get that. In fact, it burns me up to know that I spent hours working on something and then it just falls apart because of either somebody's shortcoming or somebody drops the ball or even just somebody's attitude and just the vibe isn't right for what we're trying to accomplish. But I have to say the most important thing you can do is remain flexible, remain tolerant. Because again, if you remember in our last episode, we talked about emotional intelligence. And one of the things that comes along with that is being able to just let it roll off. And that's it. And then move on. So especially one of the things that I've found that as I've been out on my own as an entrepreneur, nothing ever goes exactly as planned. So you, as an entrepreneur, need to remain flexible with whatever life throws at you. It's not the end of the world if, say, a video shoot doesn't go right, or maybe it's a recording session you're doing for a podcast, or it's an audiobook reading and you show up and all the times are wrong and there's nobody in the studio, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, it probably pisses you off. But does it really mean the end of the day? Make something good out of it. In fact, right now, I'm sitting here in front of the camera, recording a podcast, talking to you, and video shoot should have happened 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, something like that. So here I am in a situation where, I could be ticked off right now, but I'm not. Because I'm here, I'm able to just rejuggle my schedule and what I planned on recording later on in the day. Or it actually inspired me to come up with this message to talk to you today on the podcast. And you're going to find that as you grow in your journey from employee to entrepreneur. See, when you're an employee, you've always got that ladder that you can, scream up the ladder when something is amiss. But when you're an entrepreneur, there's no ladder to scream up. You are the end-all and final comment on certain situations, or the only solution in certain situations. So my bit of advice out of this episode is that no matter what business or life throws at you, just relax. It's not the end of the world. You can grow from it. You can learn from it. And again, like this situation here, I should be filming a client right now, and I'm not. But I'm taking a moment to talk to you, which is more valuable than even talking to the client. So again, remember to be flexible and just have some emotional intelligence. Keep that temper dialed back and just keep a cool head in any situation like this, because in the end, it will pay off to a greater reward with a little bit of emotional intelligence and delayed gratification. Well, that's going to wrap things up for this episode of the Employee to Entrepreneur podcast. I'm Bill Clanton, and if you want to look me up, find me on Instagram, Bill Clanton Biz. Find me on Twitter, Bill Clanton Biz. On Facebook, look for my company, WWN Interactive, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, Bill Clanton Biz. And I hope to talk to you soon. How do I turn this thing off?
This has been the Employee to Entrepreneur podcast, a production of WWN Interactive.